Hi, this is cycle 2, week 19, and we're going to start great musicians. So we are done with great artists, and now we go into great musicians. We have 4 different artists, and then the last week we are going to work on our orchestra. We first are going to introduce just what we're going to do. So we're going to learn about artists, and then we're going to make some instruments, and we are going to listen to some of the artist's work. The first period that we're going to deal with is the classical period, and so I just have some notes on how to define that and just kind of talk to the kids about that. So last year when we were doing this, we ended on Baroque music, and so now we're transitioning from Baroque into classical. That's what comes next. And so just the difference of Baroque, and then from Baroque or from classical we go into transitional, and then from transitional we go into romantic, and then I just have some definitions of the romantic. And again, transitional is just going to be the difference. It's going to have a little bit of classical and a little bit of romantic combined, but it's not necessarily one or the other. Our first composer is Giuseppe Verdi, and we have that 5-minute Mozart, if you guys remember from last year. So if you just YouTube 5-minute Mozart and then put in his name, it'll show up, and it's about 2 to 3 minutes, and it's a great overview. We also have, this is his picture, the lives of the musicians. And so this is about, most of these are about 2 pages long. So like this is his picture, 1, 2, 3. So it's pretty quick. And this also gives a great quick summary if you have older kids, or if you have younger kids, and I don't know, if you think that's going to work for your class, go ahead and read it. The only note that I have about that is look over it before you read it to your class, because not all of it is necessarily appropriate. Some of these musicians lived kind of troubled lives. So check that out before you just stand up and read it. So his 3 main facts: he was the greatest Italian opera composer. He started, this is Verdi, he started learning the keyboard at the age of 3, left home at the age of 10, and then I just put a note to remember the word prodigy from last cycle. We had Beethoven, and so what does that mean, and maybe reintroduce that for newer kids. And just kind of a fun fact, he was a really successful farmer while he composed. And then, so then we're going to make a hose pipe horn. And I just pre-apologize to your whole class. So you might want to set some limits on when and where this thing can be played, because it's annoying, and I'll play it for you. So each kid is going to get a garden hose. This is a brand new garden hose. We just cut it up, so there's no germs or anything in it. A funnel, and one of these, it says week 19. These are those blower things that for like at a birthday party. It doesn't actually work because they're really bad, but right, they go out like that. That's what they're supposed to do. We bought the cheap ones because we only need the plastic part. We do not need the paper part. So if they're coming apart, that is totally fine, because we don't need that. So what you're gonna do is you need to take a funnel and your hose, and you're going to attach it on one end. And there are 2, I'm going to go away. Each bin has 2 electrical tapes. They're, I think, all different colors. So I had some trouble attaching this by myself. So 2 ideas is, one, just get people in teams and they can help each other. One can hold, the other can wrap. The other idea is to have a mom pre-cut a little bit longer than this, but pieces that will go all the way around, because then that's it got just a little hard with holding the tape and holding the funnel and the hose, trying to do that. But if you had a single piece, I think that would be easier to go all the way around, and then you can wrap it more times. So do that, and then you have, I call this the blowing dragon birthday party trumpet noisemaker thing. This. Let's see if we can see where is this. Okay, it is bigger on one end than it is on the other end. Can you see that? Really important. The bigger end needs to go into the hose, and then you're going to tape it on. And for purposes I would see, so that was pretty easy for me to do by myself. And then I would take more tape and wrap it around, but that just at least let me hold it. I'm gonna do this quietly. Okay, that was me blowing really, really quietly, so it does work. So once these are done, you are supposed to listen to his music. So I have the link to listen to it. I just put like, I have the actual link, but then I also have what you can type into YouTube to pull it up and what you should be listening to. So you can decide how you want to do that. If you want to like do it while you're playing, or if you want to do it before or after. The only thing that I'd recommend is if you're going to play it during, grab like a speaker or something more substantial than just your phone, because your phone is not going to be louder than everyone that's doing this. So I know CC best practice is to have in like just listening and hand still. I think that's just really hard for a lot of kids. So maybe you can have them be still for like 1 minute and then they can play, or you know, vice versa. You can kind of play that by your class, but this is going home with the parents and they can do whatever they want with it once they get home. Throw them in the garbage is fun, but they're kind of fun for the day. Good luck.